first really cold, somewhat windy day of the year here. It's late fall, mid-fall. I guess it's not winter yet.
Begun layering.
It sure feels like winter though. Because of that, we've been concerned for a long time about whether or not we can get the concrete work done on the front side of our house. As you can see behind us today, fortunately, we're at least getting the stairs completed, which is a huge relief because we will no longer have to be using those big blocks that we've been walking up and down repeatedly for the last 2 years.
Yes, so we're really excited about the stairs. Unfortunately, it does not look like we're going to be getting a patio this year. So hopefully first thing in the spring, but yeah, fall just came in with a vengeance. So for our eventual patio, we're going with a free edge stamped and stained patio. So we want the stairs to match it. We're going to be doing rounded edges on all of the stairs, and we are using a color called sequoia sand. And then there will be a stamp and then release color that's a little bit darker. So I'm really excited to see how it turns out. So far, it's looking really good.
What do you think? How's it look?
Looks like a chocolate wedding cake.
It's like stairs, huh?
Yeah, it looks awesome. It's exciting.
So all the forms have been removed and the guys are working on getting everything smoothed off before they begin the stamping process here. The only downside to getting this done over the next couple of days is that we're really gonna have to watch our animals. Our cat and Kenji spend most of their time outside, and if they see these new steps, I guarantee they're gonna make an attempt to use them and probably ruin all of the work that's being done here today. So what that means is over the next couple of days, I'm gonna have to really watch them closely and take Kenji for a number of walks around the property so we can find a little bit of relief.
So this is my first time ever seeing concrete stamped. I had no idea how they do it. So they have these rubber flat little squares, and they take the release color, which is a shade darker than the color that we went with. The release color, I believe, is nutmeg. And then they powder it all over so that the stamp doesn't actually stick to the stairs. And then they use this little flat hammer thing and they imprint the stamp into the concrete without the stamp actually sticking, lift it up, and then you've got your design down below. And then the release color kind of settles in the little cracks to make the design really show. And then they'll come back later and pressure wash all the extra release color off. And that's how they end up with these beautiful stamped and stained patios. I had no idea, so it's really interesting to watch.
Must have been a naughty step.
Oh my gosh. Ferry, that's what you wanted to say?
I'm glad you said it.
See, he was thinking it. So concrete guys are out of here for the day. They did a lot of work in just a few hours and things turned out really nicely from what we can tell. They're not totally done yet though.
Right, they're gonna come back in 2 days and they're going to power wash all of that powdery color off the top. And then we are crossing our fingers that we will have at least one day that it's above 40 degrees for an extended period of time so they can seal it all up. Otherwise, we're going to be dealing with cardboard and covers and things like that all winter long.
That is the hope. But yeah, it looks great. It's totally changed the way that the front of the house looks. It actually looks a lot more finished. So we're happy about that.
I'm so happy about stairs. It's It's going to be very, very nice.
You cold?
I am freezing. Let's go inside.
So it's been a couple of days since all of our concrete steps were poured. The guys came back, got everything pulled away, all the forms taken off, and then things were cleaned up. They also were able to get a first coat of sealant put down on each set of stairs. Looks great. We're happy with how things turned out. But because our weather is supposed to be rapidly changing here within the next week, we're expecting a bunch of rain and even snow. So this being the last, probably the last nice day that we're gonna have for the year, I'm gonna attempt to get a second coat of sealant put down on here. I just wanna make sure that we're protected and covered over the winter, since we're gonna be tracking in and out. Animals are gonna be going up and down. I don't want these things to be stained. So second coat is very, very important. Let's get it done. It's a good thing we cleaned all the windows when we moved in, huh?
Yeah, they look good.
Looks great. So the pattern, the stamp stain color that you see here on the stairs is pretty representative of what our patio is ultimately going to look like once that's completed. Unfortunately, and you'll notice this if you look at the bottom of the bottom step, our patio probably isn't going to be completed this year. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee that it's not going to be completed this year, and that's because of weather. We just lost out on the window of opportunity that we had to get it done. So it is what it is. We're not going to dwell on it, and we're not going to let that stop us from completing some of the other projects that we had in mind for ourselves. It's unfortunate. I wish it had gotten done in time, but again, it is what it is. And there we go. So second coat is complete. We'll give this a little bit of time to dry, and then probably as of tomorrow, we can start walking up and down these steps. Finally, no more tripping over blocks.
So flash forward to 24 hours later, it is now raining. So I'm really glad we got the sealant on the steps. And also, poor Jeremy has thrown his back out. He does this about once a year. Sometimes he's down for 2 days, sometimes he's down for a week. So we're not really sure what this week is going to look like. So I'm going to go pick up everything for the toy drive. Things are still trickling in. We did close down the actual Amazon wish list about a week and a half ago. And so we still have just the financial aspect of this open. We have a goal of raising $30,000 for pediatric cancer. If you are interested in giving financially, you have 5 days left to do it. That's it. Then we have to close this down. So I have all the information down below on how you can give financially. And then Wednesday, this Wednesday, live on the channel at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are going live, and Jeremy and Kaimani are going to be shaving their heads. It is going to be so much fun. So definitely join us Wednesday night. And then a couple days later, we are loading everything up, and we are going to be dropping it off at Acorn and taking you guys along with us. Thank you so much to everyone that has already contributed. This year has been such a massive blessing. Okay, so I always have to pull around the back of the post office. Oh my gosh. I think when I said packages were trickling in, trickled was not the right word. Okay, Tetris Championship, here we go. Crazy. Once again, we did it. Now that we are back, I got all the packages taken care of, and I came inside to check on Jeremy, and he is definitely still down for the count. So in order to make Jeremy feel better, I'm going to make his favorite dish in the entire world. This is not it. So today we are going to be making Greek spanakopita. In the tiny home and in the trailer, we had very, very limited counter space, and so making this dish was completely impossible. But now that we have some counter space, today's the day. So Greek spanakopita does require a little bit of prep, and for that I'm going to be relying on my favorite everyday knives, the Japanese steel knives by Kamikoto. About a year ago, I discovered Kamikoto when I was doing a little bit of research on the absolute best knives to invest in. I decided to give Kamikoto a try after reading reviews and discovering that they are used and trusted by Michelin star chefs all over the world. Kamikoto knives are made with high quality Japanese steel using traditional techniques, and each knife is individually inspected. Kamikoto also comes with a lifetime guarantee, which is awesome because when you invest in good knives, you should be able to trust them and you want them to last a long time. With Christmas just around the corner, Kamikoto is perfect for anyone that likes to cook or barbecue, or really just anyone that has a kitchen. The other really awesome thing about Kamikoto is they come in this beautiful heavy ash wood box, so they are perfect for gifting because not only are the knives amazing and everyone's gonna love them, but they look really beautiful when you present them. Kamikoto has several special offers going on right now and is offering our viewers an extra $50 off any purchase with discount code Good Simple Living. So definitely check out Kamikoto when you start Christmas shopping, and make sure that you treat yourself as well. I got myself the knife block because I literally use these knives every single day for every single cooking project. All right, now that we got all of our prep work done, we're actually ready to start cooking our spanakopita. All right, step one, we need to cook down our spinach to get the moisture out of it. Otherwise you will have runny, soggy spanakopita. And we're going to cook our green onions as well. So you're gonna drizzle a little olive oil. Oh my gosh, no, circular, circular. There you go, okay, you got it. So just kind of coat everything in the olive oil. You know, this is not proper Greek cooking. You need olive oil.
Whoa.
And then we're just gonna start adding the spinach in. So I'm doing a triple batch of spanakopita, so this is actually 3 pounds of spinach. If you're just, you know, a normal person, you just want to make a tray of spanakopita, it's going to be 1 pound of spinach. You don't have to beat it to death. Just don't beat it. You don't want it to burn to the bottom.
Flop it.
Yeah, so you just
Flop
want to
it
kind
over.
of, spinach cooks incredibly fast, and you don't want to overcook it. You don't want soggy spinach. So just continue to saute all of your spinach until you have it all done, and then put it into a strainer in your sink and let as much of that moisture as you can get drained out. So the first thing we need to do is get 12 eggs into the mix, beaten up really well.
Gotcha. Well, I know I'm really bad at cracking eggs, so there's gonna be a significant amount of eggshells.
No,
in
don't
here.
get any eggs. Okay, beat the eggs.
What did they do?
Just beat the eggs. There we go. All right, pepper and salt. Careful with the salt because the feta cheese is very salty, but you do want a little bit. How much? I don't know, this much. I like to use cottage cheese over ricotta cheese. Now, if you're going to be using cottage cheese, buy large curd or extra large curd, and you're going to drain out all of the whey or the milky stuff that's in it.
It's getting a little more difficult to stir.
This is the dill, kind of a big dill. That was really bad. We're gonna spank a little bit more pepper in there. And now we are ready to add our spinach. Yep, that's how they do it on the cooking shows. I have become the yaya. It is full circle. So here is the fun part. It is the actual wrapping of, we have the world's biggest basting brush. Ideally you want a little one, I just can't find mine. We are going to be making spanakopita triangles because they are more delicious that way. You can also lay your fillo flat and make them lasagna style. Not as delicious. So we're gonna show you the good way. Step one is you take a single sheet. You're going to take your butter, melted butter, and you're going to paint your whole piece of fillo. Then you're going to take 1 tablespoon, and I don't mean like a measured tablespoon, I mean, you know, like a cereal spoon. And you're going to make a little ball of the stuffing, and then you're going to fold up the bottom.
Like this?
Yeah, kind of
Okay.
to like, okay, now fold it in half. Okay, and then fold it in half again. Now you're going to start to roll. Okay, so you're going to flop it this way, kind of in a triangular shape.
Oh, okay.
Yep, okay, and then fold it back this way. Think about like folding an American
It looks
flag.
quite symmetrical.
Yes, it's quite lovely. There you go. See, now it's turning into a triangle.
Square?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is most excellent. Okay, and then fold it back.
Very artistic. A very artistic person. I don't know what you're talking about. Why does it keep looking like a square?
It looks like a sailboat.
It's a Batman.
How's it going? It smells good, but I know that's just the butter, not everything.
And the onions and all that.
Yeah.
I like how Spanakopita, even before it's baked, will bring Jeremy to his feet when he's flat on his back.
It's a real miracle worker.
What shape are you making us now?
A pentagon.
Mom's look better.
I'm aware. Thank you, Eli.
This is what we're going for.
No, look, I had
taught
one.
you your shapes when you were 5.
This is where I peaked. I had a triangle here, and then from there went pentagon, square, circle,
Sailboat.
diamond, all the shapes.
Rosette.
We have a triangle on this one. Nice job,
Told you, I
Nadia.
figured
Nice
it out.
job.
And officially, the family recipe lives on. This brings back so much memories, just the smell and the powder on my fingers and everything. Do you remember Yaya?
Little bit. I mean, I was pretty young last time we saw her.
But you don't really remember her. That makes me sad. I wish you guys got to know her longer. So we're wrapping this up. We've got the ones that we're going to eat tonight fresh on the tray with the tops buttered. And again, do not butter the tops of the ones that you're going to be freezing. These freeze up so well and they're good in your freezer for up to 6 months. So if you're gonna make this, go big, make a bunch so that you can freeze them up. They're really good breakfast foods or appetizers. So if you're going to a holiday party or if you're having guests over and you wanna just have a really quick, easy, non-sweet breakfast item, pop these in your freezer. With the frozen ones, you're going to cook them at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes. When they're fresh, it's 400 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. So we're gonna check on these little guys. Yes, they're a little overstuffed. They shouldn't look like that. They should look like this, but they look perfect. So these come out of the oven like molten lava pies. Definitely let them rest for about 10 to 15 minutes before you serve them to anyone, or their mouths are gonna be hurting. What do you think? Did Nevaeh do a good job?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Nevaeh.
You guys gonna help us next time? Everyone has to know how.
Like lava. Come on, he has to go all the way to the front of the board too, actually. So get it in front of the conduit, like I said, but spread a bunch of this bulk up toward the front of that board there. I'm so grateful to Kamani for helping me out. So I originally hurt my back 4 days ago now, and it was while I was actually working on this project here. We're trying to get a nice flat area set up for our hot tub, and since our patio isn't going in, I bought a pad that's going to be laid down on top of this gravel. My back is still bugging me, and next week we have really cold weather coming in. All this stuff is going to be frozen and we won't be able to move it and get it spread. So he's doing me a massive favor today by completing the job that I started prior to getting hurt. Super grateful to him. Hey, in a couple weeks we might be sitting in a hot tub enjoying it, all thanks to your work. So look at that, you have that to look forward to. Right. I think you're gonna end up needing more toward that wood there. Keep pulling more, because once you start compacting, it'll go down and then.
Although we are living in the house now, it's not actually finished. We still have quite a bit to do before we can call it complete. But Jeremy's back injury prevented us from getting back to work this week like we had planned. So instead, we all pulled together to prepare the animals and the homestead for the single-digit temperatures that we have coming. I also had a really great excuse to finally pass down a recipe and an experience that my Yaya passed down to me. Some of my earliest memories were cooking with her. She had the most incredible laugh, and she always made us feel loved and important. I wish that my kids could have known her like I was blessed to. She would have loved them so much. Life is funny like that, though. It just goes on. And then suddenly, it's up to us to make sure that all those things like recipes and stories and everything that makes our families unique and special go on. This new house holds very few memories today, but we are very quickly changing that.